Dennis Schröder has played for 11 teams in his NBA career, but what if we put his career in reverse? He'll be starting his career in Cleveland, followed by stops in Sacramento, Detroit, Golden State, Brooklyn, Toronto, LA, Houston, Boston, LA again, and OKC, before finishing his career with the Atlanta Hawks. Starting on the Cavs, where a rookie Dennis Schröder is averaging 11 points per game off the bench, but at the trade deadline, they're gonna send him to the Kings. They might have the smallest backcourt in the NBA with 5'9" Isaiah Thomas and 6'1" Dennis Schröder, and Dennis Schröder is gonna finish his season on the all-rookie first team, averaging 13 points a game. With the help of Boogie, the Kings are sitting at the 5 seed, but in round 1 they have a tough matchup, and this one wasn't close at all. The Kings are gonna get swept, and that takes us to his second season, where he's on the Pistons now, teaming up with a prime Andre Drummond. At the beginning of the new year, Schröder's up to 19 points per game, but the Pistons are gonna ship him off to the Warriors as he gets to play with Steph Curry. At the trade deadline, he's down from 19 to 18 points a game, and he's going to his 5th team in just his second season as the Warriors trade him to the Nets. Before playing a game for Brooklyn, he's second in 6th man of the year, but I don't know if he's gonna win it because he's their starting point guard now. He's come off the bench for 52 games this season, so he might be able to still qualify. Moment of truth at the end of the season: if we go over to 6th man of the year, he's not gonna win it. On the season though, he's gonna average 17 points and 7 assists per game, but the Nets are pretty bad as they don't even make the playoffs. They won 33 games and the Sixers won just 5. In season 3, he's finally starting the season on the same team he ended last season with, but that wouldn't last long because at the trade deadline, he's gonna get traded to the Raptors. He's averaging 18 points and 8 assists per game on the season, and at the end of the season, he's gonna average 17 points and 8 assists per game. The Raptors are sitting at the 2nd seed, which means he has a legitimate chance to win a championship. But in order to do that, they probably have to get past 2 70-win teams. Round 1, they have to face a Pacers team led by Paul George. They're gonna make it out in 6. And in round 2, they have to face a Heat team led by Dwayne Wade and Chris Bosh. I don't know how this series has been easier than the first round. They're not gonna be able to sweep, but they gentlemen sweep. So now we have a 64-win Raptors team against a 71-win Cavs team, and this series has not been close at all. The Raptors aren't going to get swept at least, but they get gentlemen swept, and it sucks. He's been a part of both the Cavs and Warriors. He could have had a guaranteed championship, but in Schröder's 4th season, I doubt he's going to be competing for any championships with this roster. In the first season where Schröder doesn't get traded at the deadline, he's going to average 16 points a game, but his time with the Lakers is going to be short-lived as they're the worst team in the entire league, which takes us on to season 5, where he's going to be backing up Chris Paul and James Harden in Houston, but only until the trade deadline, where he has to share a backcourt with Kyrie Irving. I hope they move him to the bench for Jaylen Brown though, because at the deadline, he's number 1 in the 6th man of the year race. He hasn't started a single game this season, so hopefully if he starts the next 30, he can still qualify. Here we go to the end of the season. If we go to 6th man of the year, Dennis Schröder's still gonna win it. And I guess they moved him back to the bench because he only started 6 games. The Celtics are sitting at the 4 seed out east, and in the first round, they have to play Giannis. I thought this series would be closer, but the Celtics are gonna sweep. On to round 2 we go. Dennis Schröder has to face his former team. And with the 2-2 series, the Raptors are going to have a good enough 4th quarter to go up 3-2. Kyrie dropped 34 points and Schröder had 15 and 10 off the bench. And I really thought the Raptors were going to force a game 7, but the Celtics move on to the conference finals. They end up winning the series in 6. Schröder dropped 15 points and 8 assists this game with 3 steals. And in the conference finals, they have to face another one of his former teams. They also have him in the starting lineup again. 93% of people who watch me aren't subscribed, so make sure to subscribe to help me hit my goal of 35,000 subscribers. And with him starting, the Celtics are up 3-1. The Cavs are going to take game 5 and game 6, and they're also going to take game 7, so the Celtics just blew a 3-1 lead. They had their chance to go to the finals, but LeBron dropped 37, 10, and 10. In the finals, they would have been playing a 7th seed, and they probably would have won. But after losing to LeBron, Dennis Schröder gets to join him on the Lakers. But unfortunately, this is a young Lakers team before the addition of AD, and they're just going to miss the playoffs. On the season though, Dennis Schröder averaged 18 points and 8 assists a game, but just like that, his time with the Lakers is up as he joins Chris Paul and Shai on the Thunder. And backing up both of them, he's gonna win his 2nd 6th man of the year. But good thing he has another year on the Thunder because they're gonna finish as the worst team in the league. But in his 2nd year on the Thunder, he's gonna average 18 points and 6 assists a game, finishing 3rd and 6th man of the year. And the Thunder don't get much better. At least they're not the worst team in the West anymore. But luckily for him, he gets to leave the Thunder and join the Hawks. But on this mediocre Hawks team, Dennis Schröder's gonna average 19 points and 8 assists a game, and they're not even gonna make the play-in. They finish as the 12th seed. But with the addition of DeJounte Murray, Dennis Schröder's gonna have to come off the bench. And he fell off a little bit. He wasn't even top 5 in 6th man of the year voting, averaging 11 points a game. And for the first time in a while, Dennis Schröder has a chance to play in the playoffs if the Hawks can make it out of the play-in. But honestly, I doubt they will. They're gonna win the first game, and in game 2, they have to face a Mikal Bridges-led Nets team. And I'm so surprised the Hawks are actually gonna pull this off and make it to the playoffs. Trae Young led the way with 30. John Collins also put up 30. And Schröder, 8 points, 2 for 6. He didn't play the best. And let's see if the Hawks can continue continue this run against the 1 seed Celtics. I thought they had a chance. They actually took 1 game from the Celtics. They're also going to win game 5, but they can't force a game 7. The Hawks are going to win the NBA Cup, so that's another award for Dennis Schroeder. But on the season, he's going to average 12 points and 5 assists a game off the bench. Let's see if the Hawks actually made the playoffs. This time they didn't, but they're the 7th seed. Let's hope they can win this first game. They're going to, and they have to face the Celtics in the first round. Last year they lost to the Celtics, and this year we're going to have the same outcome. And in Dennis Schroeder's 12th season, the Hawks are the 1 seed. They're just magically playing amazing. On the season, Dennis Schroeder's going to average 15 points and 5 assists a game, and Trae Young finishes 2nd in MVP behind Jokic, averaging 30 and 10. Oh, that's why the Hawks are amazing. Shai just averaged 25. In the first round, they have to play the Heat without Jimmy Butler, and maybe they are frauds because with a 2-2 series, the Heat are going to go up 3-2. That is not great. Trae Young played good, so did Shai. Schroeder played decent off the bench, but they're about to get eliminated by a team that was the 9th seed. But in game 6, that third quarter from the Hawks is going to save them. We're going to a game 7. Trae Young just dropped 42 points with 10 assists, and even with the Hawks having an amazing second quarter, we have a 1-point game with 2 minutes to go. I can't believe it's taken this long to get a close game in the playoffs. Shai is going to find Trae Young going at Tyler Hero. He finds Kobe Buffkin, who's in the game for some reason. He's going to find Trae Young coming off the screen. He gets an open 3 and he knocks it down for the lead. That is big, and now we have Trae Young guarding Tyler Hero. I don't like this mismatch. Hero's going to kick it out though. Davion Mitchell uses the screen. He takes the contested mid-range and it's off. On the break, the Hawks are going to find Kobe Buffkin, the step back mid-range, and it's in and out. At least we have somebody taller guarding Tyler Hero this time. He's in a fake. He goes up with the layup and he ties the game. This game is definitely winnable for the Hawks. I don't know how they're here in the first place. Trae Young's going to kick it to Shai. He's left wide open from the wing, and Jalen Johnson flies in for the putback. If we could get Dennis Schroeder a championship as the 1 seed, that would be huge. Hero's going to find Davion Mitchell left wide open, and his 3's good. 40 seconds to go. They actually sub Schroeder back in the game. Onyeka's going to find Trae with the spin. Driving on Davion. He throws it to Onyeka, and the Hawks take the lead. This offense is terrible from the Heat. 8 seconds to go. Bam's gonna come set the screen for Davion Mitchell. He fakes the 3. He finds Jaime in the corner wide open, and he's gonna miss. 2 made free throws would be huge for the Hawks here, but they missed the first. That is not a great way to get things started. He almost misses the second, but it's good. So now the Heat have 12 seconds to get a shot off here. They go to Tyler Hero. Let's see if Dennis Schroeder can get a stop. The Heat are gonna chew out the clock. Hero just pulls the 3 over Schroeder, and it's good. Hawks are gonna use their last timeout to advance the ball. Onyeka on the inbound finds Shai. Why is that the shot in game 7? The Hawks just lost to the 9th seed. But the next season, the Hawks have another chance as they're sitting at the 4 seed. On the season, Schroeder's going to average 20 points a game and 6 assists a game, even though he's down to a 78 overall. But in round 1, things won't be easy. I have injuries turned off, so they have to face Hallie and the Pacers. And this series has been super back and forth, but in a game 7, the Hawks make it out of the first round. And that's thanks to Dennis Schroeder leading the team. We're not going to look at that field goal percentage. But even with Hallie dropping 35 and 10, Dennis Schroeder, Alexander Walker, and Jalen Johnson all went off. Round 2, they have to face the 1 seed Pistons, and they're actually putting up a fight. They were just down 3-0 as the Pistons win in 6. So with Dennis Schroeder's career in reverse, he finishes with 2 Sixth Man of the Years and 1 NBA Cup championship. Subscribe if you enjoyed, and if you want to see me put LeBron's career in reverse, click the video on the screen right now.